going to go back and forth. This is another movie, pretty famous one. I think you'll get it, but if not, voted #1 on the American Film Institute list of 100 funniest movies. Any guesses so far? No guesses? Okay, voted #14 on the American Film Institute's list of greatest movies. No? Set in the 20s. Train ride scene that sets a record for the number of people in an upper berth. It's not It Happened One Night, but it's something. It's got it in its title. How about Some Like It Hot? Some Like It Hot. You know the story behind Some Like It Hot? I'll give you a quick rundown. Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon were two musicians, and they witnessed the Valentine's Day massacre. Well, the mob didn't like that, so they were out looking for them. So all they could do was find work in an all-women's band. So this is Daphne. In the movie, it was Jack Lemmon. And this is Marilyn Monroe. In the movie, she is Sugar. And Sugar is part of the all-women's band. So if you haven't seen that movie, you're already laughing. Get Sue to show it to you one night. I think you'll love it. So let's talk about Marilyn here. She's wearing a dressy coat of black plush style with deep-cut raglan sleeves and a wide shawl collar that comes to a point in the back, finished with an ornamental tassel. The deep cuffs and collar are trimmed with passementerie braid applied in a scroll pattern, and the large covered buttons add another decorative touch. And the print silk lining, she'll just show you a flap of that, was a distinctive fashion note widely used on coats and suits at this period and into the 20s. Christine is showing you her lovely red dress. It's of cut velvet on black chiffon and features the long line and emphasized hip line of the late 20s, which is accentuated by a side drape. And in the fashion of the 20s, the dress is sleeveless and the neckline is unadorned, except for, again, these sash down the front. Now she's going to show you, since many of you don't appear to have seen the movie, one of the things Marilyn does very early on is she goes to the bathroom, grabs out her flask, and has a few drinks. So which she would get in trouble for if the band leader found out. So that's why Christine had that, and Marilyn kept hers in the same place. She wears a beautiful cloche hat, and of course then she has her bag. So what we picked for Daphne, the 20s dresses do allow, they allow for the silhouette. It's beaded also, as you can see, in this beautiful cobalt blue, and it also has the cut velvet. So I wanted you to see sort of the contrast. This is the kind of dresses in the movie that both Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis are wearing. Daphne has on her red fox fur and also, again, a cloche hat and a purse. Just a couple of movie trivia. When Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon first put on their female makeup and costumes, they walked around the studio's lot to see if they could pass as women. Then they tried using mirrors in public ladies' rooms to fix their makeup. And when none of the women using it complained, they knew they would be convincing as women. And in 2008, for those of you who are Antique Roadshows fan, a man in California found a little black dress in his closet and was stunned when the appraisers on the show determined it once belonged to Marilyn Monroe. The dress, and it was in the movie, the dress, which Marilyn was sewn into for the movie, was estimated to be worth $250,000. So there's a lot of money in film fashion. So again, this is James and Christine from Some Like It Hot. line that came from that movie in the very, very last scene. I'm not giving the movie away, but this very wealthy man wanted to marry the character of Daphne. And Daphne's trying to explain all the reasons why she can't marry him. And finally she pulls off her wig and says, "I'm a man!" And he said, "Nobody's perfect." So that's where the "nobody's perfect" line came from. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my next couple.